147 to 3-3-21. Looking forward to see what will happen in the A graders. I welcome my co-commentator Adam Jeffries. Adam, welcome to the call.
Vince, great to be here and a great view of the game this week. Looking forward to this matchup.
So, B grade just finishing. We've got Port Districts already out, just doing a light jog around the square, just waiting for the hosts to come out in just a minute. While we wait for them, let's have a look at a little bit of recent history with these two teams. Of course, Old Ignatians back up into Division 1 last year in the 50th year after starting in 1972. They had two very close games against Port District last year. The first one was their home game, the corresponding fixture last year, where they went down by 14 points. They didn't meet again until the final round of the season, round 18. Port District had sewn up the minor premiership. They were 2 games clear at that point, so may have rested a few players for that game. And Old Ignatians actually won by 2 points at Port District, and that actually kept them up. That win actually kept them up, combined with the loss by Ross Trevor against Goodwood Saints. That actually got them equal on points with Ross Trevor and just a few percentage points ahead of them to allow them to finish in 8th position and stay up in Division 1. So a little bit of recent history in this game. The last time Iggy's played Port District, they actually beat them, and that was a big fillip for them to stay up in Division 1. So the home side now out, doing also their warm-up around the square. What can you tell us about what you like about these two sides?
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. So both teams coming off round 1 losses. Obviously there's been a lot of talk about Old Iggy's player losses over the summer. They'll be a much better team at home, so I'll be very interested to see how they go today. We note that Hugh Ferrari, who kicked 3 and was their best player last week, is not on the team sheet today, so that's a tough one for Iggy's to swallow if that's the case. They'll be much better at home. They played this over really well. They had some great victories out here last year. But I look at the Port Districts team, who'll be smarting off a 3-point loss to Broadview. There won't be panic stations for them. They still had a crack last week. They were just a bit rusty with their ball use. They've got a lot of quality players. You know, I'll go through their team. Sean Davidson at the back's always a general in defence, a really good leader. Jason Niskus, who had a great season last year, is a tough player. We know about the Gray brothers who add that quality. Doug Gregg's a great kicker for them, usually off half-back. The ex-captain, Trent Heffernan, has been a quality player in Division 1 for a very long time. He'd be over 30 now, Trent. Excuse me, Trent, if you're not. You've been around a long time, but he's a great mid-forward for them as well. Another player that is super impressive player for mine, I've watched over the last few years, is Gary Shepherd, who's a centre-half forward. He's a tremendous competitor, lead-up player. A very difficult matchup, because if you go small on him, he'll mark the footy. If you put a big cumbersome guy on him, he'll beat you at the ground level. So watch for him today on a beautiful park out here. So obviously my tip is I think Districts will rebound and win, although it won't be by the margin that people think. I think when you're in a tough season, you always play a little bit better at home. Districts will rebound, no doubt. Like I said, they've got a lot of quality, but Old Gigs are a proud club. I expect today to be a pretty good contest.
So yes, our broadcast brought to you by Filming Footy and Sports Interactive today, and our game is brought to you by Buddy Bet. And obviously, if we were having a Buddy Bet, yes, I'd agree with you. I'd be looking for the Magpies to notch up their first win of their premiership defence. They, as mentioned, have a lot of quality right throughout the field. You know, from Shepherd in the forward line down to Davison leading the back line, and many good players through the middle as well. Iggy's will be better at home. They do play this ground very well. They do get the opportunity here to train on it occasionally as well. So they will be a much improved game for them, I expect, this week. And sort of agree. I'm probably thinking the margin. Well, we had the St Peter's and Prince Alfred game last week. That finished at about 5 goals. I'm thinking maybe we might see something a little bit the same here today. So both teams at the moment just going through their respective shots goal and warm-ups. We've got probably a couple of minutes. This game's going to be starting just a little bit late. The reserves did finish a little bit behind time, so we would normally be starting the game by now, but they're running just a few minutes behind as they prepare for this Division 1 clash. Captain's now just coming in into the centre for the coin toss. No real breeze to speak of. Absolutely magnificent day. Just some light puffy clouds in the sky. Plenty of blue surrounding those clouds. And fantastic view not only of the oval but of the city of Adelaide, which you'll be able to see in the background. And we're just waiting. Looks like Port District's Sean Davison's won the toss. He'll be going to the southern end of the ground, and Iggy's will be heading to the northern end of the ground, which is the our Royal Adelaide Hospital end of the ground.
Usual lazy set shot for goal warm-up. Teams coming together now. Always interesting to know what the captain might say at this last bit. I think if you're the captain of Port Districts, you're just asking him to keep that effort. Skill execution will come in Division 1 football. Pressure must be high. And apparently Port Districts, their pressure game was fine last week, just didn't use the footy. So he'll be asking them to keep the pressure game up. And the old Iggy's captain, he'll just be asking for maximum effort and to make this game a bit of a scrap. Port Districts are elite, a little bit like last week we saw with Prince Alfred. Port Districts can use the football well. They do hit the inside 45 kick. They do switch the football. They have lost their big full forward from last year, Pearce, so they may even revert back to a little bit more of a short game. Last year they had the bailout dump kick. This year maybe not so much. Davison, etc. So I'll be interested to see how that game plan has changed just a little bit with Port Districts not having the tall forward from last year.
Yeah, so interesting that you probably suggest that on a pure player-by-player skill level, Port Districts would have a decided advantage. And as you mentioned, the most important thing that you want to see from Iggy's today is just maximum effort. At home in front of their home crowd, lovely smattering of people just down in front of us here on the tiered concrete paths that we've got surrounding the ground with a magnificent picket fence. Both teams in the huddles at the moment will soon break out for the start of this match, and we certainly think that I expect a little bit of heat from Iggy's early. They'll want to show some really good intent. I suppose if Port Districts just weather that and just stay with them, you'd expect they'd probably then, with their player list and the amount of quality they've got right throughout the ground, they should at some stage pull away. But we'll wait and see how this game pans out. Players now moving into position. So in this course in the middle, along with Sizer, Sam Gray for Port Districts. Looks like Will Ferrari in the middle as well. Sam Boots, the captain, in the middle. Out on this, Zach Hawkins matched up with Connor Bristow. Umpire holds the ball in the air and we're set to go. So up they go. Sizer wins the tap straight down the grade. Quick handball through to Gaffney. His kick's a little bit of a scrubber but does get almost to the 50-metre line. Sizer backing up well, just dropped the handball. Grieg may have been caught holding, yes, has been caught holding the ball for incorrect disposal. Sorry, it's Thomas Carter, number 8, not number 9. So relieving free kick here for Iggy's. Just at half back. Are looking to switch. No, he's going to go back the other side of the ground now, Sam Boots.
Port District's forwards did a great job there, making 2v1 matchups so they couldn't switch the football.
So the kick now towards centre wing, outer side. Ball off hands, close to the boundary line. Tackles applied. There's a number of players in there now. That will be a ball up. So first stoppage of the game. Half forward here for Old Ignatians. Sizer with the palm down again. Tackle applied there by Wiestra. Lots of players around this ball just fighting for it at the moment.
Port District defenders taking attacking position, expecting pressure at the stoppage. Port District's forwards have stayed deep as well, haven't rolled up too high, which is interesting.
Sizer again, lovely palm down, that time Michael Gaffney. His kick on the left goes towards between wing and half forward, outer side. Good pick up there from Brandon Lord. He gets the handball off. Short kick goes to centre wing, and Old Ignatians now with the opportunity. It switches on. Kick into the middle. Good kick. There's Elliot Mitchell, can't quite, but they've butted up pretty well here. And this is Tom Ryan. His kick's now going to go into the forward line. A little bit of a wobbler. Had a player available there, but unable to take the mark, and ball's going to spill out over the boundary line and will be thrown in. Was touched off hands.
A shame they couldn't grab a mark inside 50 there, but you can see at Old Iggy's they wanted to switch the footy on the previous possession. They did on this occasion, and they went inside 50 and should have taken an uncontested mark. So Murdoch with the tap this time. Iggy's with an opportunity here inside 50. Ferrari's kick is smothered. Another short kick. That's not 15. Umpire's paid 15. Gee, boy oh boy. That one went about 7 metres, but that was far enough for the umpire. Very lucky, but take the luck, kick the goal.
I'm sure Austin Murdoch's not complaining. He's about to line up from about 30 metres out, almost directly in front.
Well done to the Port Districts there as well, not remonstrating and giving away a 50. Make him kick it.
So Murdoch, kick, umpire moves a little bit, doesn't move enough. First goal of the day to Austin Murdoch. And first blood to Old Ignatians. That's the opening score, 1 goal. Old Ignatians, Port District yet to score.
That just comes from pressure from forward 50 stoppage. Yeah, like the umpire's decision to get the mark, but make him pay. Kick the goal. Great pressure around the stoppage, lots of handballs, lots of smothers. Eventually got a quick little kick forward and on the board. Take the luck. Great start for Old Eagles. They deserve that because they've applied pressure. A couple of holding the balls, pressure around the stoppage. Good start by them.
3.5 minutes in, opening goal to the hosts. Ball comes out and there's an opportunity for them to go inside, attacking 50 again. Ball over the back. Schmuss, the first one there. Butters up, good kick in. And it looks like Nicholas there at half back. Little nudge there from Thomas Carter, but lost out eventually. That kick is smothered and goes over the boundary line right in front of us here. Magnificent viewing position here, which you'll be seeing through your camera at Karen Rolton Oval. So there's the throw in. Sizer with the 2 hands down this time. Sam Gray. Short handball doesn't quite hit Heffernan. Just spilt there by Max Alfred. They're paddling the ball forward, got it inside 50. It's going to be butted up. Numbers with Port Districts, and Gaffney's kick goes wide and finds Benjamin Gould. So Gould on the other side. Little chip kick over. Good kick too. Doug Greig's got it right on centre wing. Sees something inside. And that goes to Cooper Gaffney. Swings on the left. Nice looking kick inside 50. May have been a bit of a shove out there by Sam McKay, but not paid. Still an opportunity here for the Magpies. Couple of quick handballs now. There's a kick inside 450. There's a player free. Can't quite. Can he take it? Yes, he can take it. Good mark. Had 2-3 bites at that. And good mark there by Jack Gaffney. He's now going to line up around about 20 metres out, directly in front, and should square the ledger here 5.5 minutes in. So Jack Gaffney, he's hit the post. So not his best effort there.
Unselfish play by Shepherd then to not again blaze at goal. Saw a teammate, kicked it to him at the top of the square, and a good juggling mark. First entry for Port Districts 5 minutes in.
So the ball's gone out towards the outer side. Good mark's been taken just outside the 50. Some good measured ball movement here by Old Ignatians. Have got the ball up towards the wing. It's 4 kicks in a row, but that one's just a bit too wide there, I think, looking for James Kennedy, and that's gone actually out on the fall. He's done well there to apply the tackle with the umpire called pay on. Davison with the handball. Opportunity here now for the Magpies to set and go back up into attack. That kick was just a little bit too long there for, was it Jack Gaffney again? but he's managed to get the free kick again. Looks in the middle. They like to play through the corridor. Goes to Cooper Gaffney. Swings on the left. Got a player out here who's made good space. That's Pasaniti. So Dan Pasaniti just goes short. Spots up another player. Zach Hawkins goes now long and deep in towards forward 50. Fly from behind there. Good pick up by McKay. Tackled immediately, going nowhere, and will be pinged holding the ball.
Great spoil by the full-back to start the game. Great Golden Fist nomination.
Ed Shaw, well done. Goes across goal, but does well. The second kick, though, just outside 50, not so good. And Magpies will let up here again. Short kick comes to Grieg. He goes short again. So now the kick's going to come inside 50. Goes towards the far pocket. Couldn't quite take the mark there, Tom Gray. Now there's a snap towards the goal square. A lot of players around the ball. Iggy's with an opportunity here. Looks like Will McCarthy's going to get that ball out. And now it's back outside 50. But once again, Magpies set up very well behind the ball. Now being called to play on. Quick handball there to Grieg. Another handball from Cooper Gaffney. Just misses the target. Just a little bit of scrappy play at the moment. Ball on the outer wing. Good smother there. That ball's up on the hill over the picket fence. We'll have a boundary throw in far side.
You can see the effect of not having the tall forward line for Port Districts. They haven't wanted to pull the trigger on the long ball on those slow plays. Looking for the short ones where they can. It's the right strategy, trying to maintain the ball, but it will lead to some turnovers with the high pressure from Old Iggy's so far.
Trying to be a lot more precise going into their forward 50. So a result of that boundary throw in, looked like Murdoch again, the only goal scorer of the game, has got a little dribble kick forward. It's just up towards the forward 50 here for Iggy's. They have started well, they've brought a bit of heat. Umpire's going to come in, ball this one up. Nice tap down there by Sizer. It'll be an Iggy's free kick. Ball kick inside 50. He's going to be cut off, well cut off there by Sam Gray. He spotted someone. They've got players out this side of the ground, but my first one's Jack Gaffney. Is he going to go wide? Actually looking back. No, it's coming back. They paid a 25.
Not sure if that was a stand rule infringement or not. A bit tiggy Touchwood.
Well, Will the Red Ferrari, not particularly happy. He's having plenty to say to the umpire. But at the moment, Hawkins has got it, goes back to Gray. Nice little kick out wide. Jack Gaffney's got it, another little short kick up. In this course at second attempt. Right on true centre wing, right in front of our commentary position here. Ooh. Takes the bites off maybe a bit too much there. Ball in dispute, just on the edge of the centre square. Like the idea, but I reckon Iggy's were looking for that. They've tried that 2 or 3 times to come back in towards the middle Port District. The umpire's got it now, balls it up. Comes out wide. Heffernan's got it. Goes inside 50, just inside 50. Very good mark taken. One grab by Tom Carter. Spotted a lead there, and the mark's been dropped by Tom Gray. Probably should have taken that one on his chest, but it's still a chance here for the Magpies. A lot of players just on the ball here. We'll have a ball up, but a missed opportunity there for Tom Gray. Should be lining up for a shot 20 metres out directly in front.
You don't get many lace-out passes like that leading out from the goal square in Division 1 footy. Sun in his eyes, been unlucky, but they get a stoppage.
I think he's too well out of the stoppage, but again, so well up behind the ball here, the Magpies, and they'll be going back in. That kick's maybe just gone a bit too far for Sam Gray. It's been spoilt from behind, but they've got numbers around the ball again. Nice hands by Grieg, and the ball's back inside 50 once again. That's got to be a push in the back. No, not paid. So maybe a little bit unlucky that time, Tom Gray.
Old Iggy's forwards need to keep coming up high up the ground. Port Districts are so good at this forward press. Once they get the ball inside 50, they don't care about their opponent. Their defenders will push up and couple of the old Iggy's forwards just hanging a little bit deep need to come up and make a contest.
Just looking forward to where this kick's going now, and you can see a lot of players with arms out and educating other players to make space and set that wall up behind the ball. They did get possession again. Got the ball back just near the intersection of the 50. No, that was last touch, so they played on very quickly. The kick goes in towards true centre half forward. Good pick up there by Iggy's to get the ball back outside forward 50. They're holding up, defence holding up really well. Looks like Kennedy there. Goes towards centre wing again. This is now a 2-on-2. Will that tackle a little bit high, I think? Yes, it is. Switch into the middle. Good kick. Bristow swings onto the left. Nice looking kick. Goes through both players. First one there. Looks like it's going to be Pazzaniti. It is. He gets the handball off and they're moving forward again. Or drop there by Hawkins. Probably butters up okay. Sam Gray's got it back to Hawkins. Kicks around the body. Ball did go out of bounds. I was just about to say that Shepherd had just maybe kept it in and was about to head forward, but not on this occasion. Boundary umpire is going to throw it in.
Just starting to get on top districts. It hasn't hit the scoreboard yet, but they've had 6 of the last 7 forward 50 entries. A lot of repeat entries. Old Iggy's just need to settle.
So Sam McKay moved into the ruck there. We'll contest this one again with Max Alfred. Tap down comes to the red Ferrari, but his kick's only gone about 20 metres. Charge for Daniel Pazzaniti. Had plenty of the ball, but his kick smothered. It'll go out of bounds and we'll have another boundary throw in right in front of us here.
Always a great sign when you see a smother. Smothers are your pressure acts, your classic pressure action. There's been many so far. Lots of pressure being applied in this game.
A couple of handballs forward, getting the ball towards the forward 50 here for districts. Tackle applied on Gavin Shepherd. Umpire waits a while, but now will come in and ball it up.
This is where Old Iggy's need to man up these spares off the stoppage. Any hat kick's going to go straight to districts and then back inside their forward 50.
So first possession again to Iggy's, and this time they may have an opportunity to get the ball out of the danger area. It's up towards true centre wing. Boundary throw in once again. So it looks like Alfred and McKay again. Alfred in front gets the tap. This time it's sharp by Port Districts. Short kick around the corner there by Hawkins, up towards half forward. 2-on-1 there for Iggy's. Oh no, he's taken far too long there. Elliot Mitchell, and he has been caught cold. So good tackle there, Tom Gray. It's always what you want to see your forwards doing, those pressure acts. So Tom Gray's kick goes straight in towards half forward. It's a 2-on-1, should be a mark, is a mark, well taken by Gavin Shepherd. And yes, 14 and a half minutes into the first quarter, and now there's an opportunity still for waiting for the first goal for Port District.
So both teams have spare defenders off the stoppage. Shepherd deserves this. He made the contest 2v1, brought the ball to the ground on the last stoppage entry, which allowed the holding the ball. Normally a reliable kick for goal from this distance.
So yes, and he's on that occasion, well done to Gavin Shepherd. So he's kicked the opening goal there for the Magpies, and we are all square hit 7 apiece. 15 minutes into the first quarter.
Like I said before, both teams at that stoppage, which was about on wing, both teams had spare defenders, so only 5 forwards for each team. That means the centre half forward has to make the contest 2v1. That's the most critical role almost on the field, and like I said, Shepherd did that on that occasion. If he's outmarked, the ball ping-pongs down the other end. He made the contest. They got a repeat entry, great chase down tackle by Gray. That's great pressure and well deserved by Shepherd.
So Sizer, a lovely tap straight down there to Jason. This, of course, his high kick goes in towards half forward. Iggy's with the numbers. Short handball there by Ed Shaw. He's trying to handball their way out of defence. They do it well. Now the kick goes out wide towards centre wing. So one bite at it there. Tom Scanlon couldn't quite hold on, and then it's given away the free kick. So Port Districts will load up again. Quick kick goes out wide, just forward to centre wing. Good running there from Nichols. Just had the ball in the centre circle a minute ago. Now he's on the far side, going with a long kick up. Good setup here, good grab, and good mark there taken by Sam McKay.
Again, a great spot to kick the ball. If you kick that ball to the goal line, it's easily thumped over, but that 15 metre, 20 metre spot in front of goal, always difficult to defend. He had a great sit behind his opponent, took it in one bite, didn't allow the spoil.
So Sam McKay from directly in front, no mistake, and for the first time today, Port Districts are in front. 2-1-13 to 1-1-7 on the back of that goal by Sam McKay, and we've played 17 minutes in the first quarter.
This is where now Old Eagles, they played good footy, their pressure's been good. Only had 2 of the last 10 inside 50s, so this is where the centre bounce is critical. Get together with your ruckman. Where do we want to go? Who are the opposition's players going to hit to? Are they going to hit to Gray? Where are they going to go? Big centre bounce for Old Eagles. Try and get the ball back inside 50. Try and lock the ball in their half.
So a couple of quick goals there. Port Districts took a little while to settle, but they have now. McKay gets the tap down, ball comes out. There's a little bit of maybe a sling there. It is, and Nichols had the ball, and they were calling for the advantage, but the umpire's going to bring it back into the middle. So kick comes out wide, and Nichols ends up with it again, getting a ton of the ball in the first quarter. Looks short, good kick, good lead up. Is the last goal scorer, Sam McKay. He goes long again into the hot spot, creating a one-on-one. No mark taken, ball spills over the back. Iggy's now with numbers, looking to try and move the ball out of the fence. They do so successfully via handball. Will McCarthy gets the ball out towards half-back. Kick goes towards the outer side. Good one-on-one battle out there. Ball comes off hands. Looks like it's gone over the boundary line. It has. And on true centre wing, on the eastern side of the ground, we'll have a boundary throw in.
Holding up well, the Old Iggy's defenders. 11 inside 50s for Port. It's only 3 scoring shots. They're doing well.
So Alfred in front there, got the tap down. Players immediately tackled. We'll have a repeat stoppage. This time a ball up, outer side.
One-on-ones forward of the ball, either side on this occasion.
Lovely shark down there by Pazniti. Gets the handball out. Kick partially smothered. Goes towards half forward. Over the boundary line, just in front of Trent Heffernan there. So they're slowly moving the ball back into their attacking area. So Port District certainly have got a short stranglehold on this game after it was tied early. Lovely palm down to Carpenter there by McKay. He's only got a short kick there, but it's sharked well. There's an opportunity here. There's a snap for goal. It's just going to go to the far side, the left-hand side, the near side of the kicker, and minor score. So 2-2-14, 1-1-7 here. 7-point margin to the Magpies. 20 minutes into the first quarter.
Pure shark off the hand at the stoppage then.
Kick's going to come out towards the commentary side. No mark able to be taken. Ed Shaw looked like he was actually going to go for the mark, but then got caught behind, got the spoil, and got it over the boundary line to reset. So between wing and half back, western side of the ground. Alfred doing okay in the ruck here, getting front position, got the palm down, now applies the tackle on Michael Gaffney. Secondary tackle applied by Max Kelly there. Umpire will come in, we'll have a ball up.
This is where the forwards from both teams again need to round up those spare defenders so they can't take the intercept marks. Both teams setting up the same.
Palm down, comes out to Gaffney. He gets a handball there to Shannon Jenner. He's tackled as he got that, and we've got a spillage picked up by Dan Tokia. His kick to centre wing was cut off. It's ended up here with Nichols again. But, under pressure, that kick's just gone a little bit too wide. Last touch out of bounds, and it'll be Carl Hodges who will take the relieving kick from half back. Sides to go long, down towards the wing. Big pack forms. Good fly in from Austin Murdoch. Couldn't quite take it. Comes off hands. Nichols again. Through to Heffernan. Heffernan's kick inside forward 50. Mark almost taken, not quite. Iggy's with the numbers. Tackle applied there by Hawkins, takes the ball over the boundary line right in front of the scoreboard.
Iggy's winning a lot of these stoppages, but kicking straight back into the Port District's numbers. And they might look to pull a guy out of the stoppage here and man up these spare defenders.
So good work off the stoppage again by Iggy's. That time Elliot Mitchell gets the handball off. Kick comes towards the wing. Again, the numbers with Port District. Zach Hawkins' kick goes in towards the hot spot, about 25 metres out, directly in front. Tom Gray working hard. Try and pick that one up, but it's shuffled over the boundary line. Very close, dangerous position here off the stoppage.
This is where the small players will get on the move, look to get in an armpit, try and get a high tackle.
Alfred gets the tap down, but it's sharked. Oh, quick snap on goal. Ball's kept in play still in the goal square. Is it going to be run through? No, it's not. Sam Boots gets the ball out towards the far side. One-on-one battle out there. Ball ends up over the boundary line. We'll have a ball in just in front of the light tower on the eastern side, the southeastern side. Still in attack here, 22 and a half minutes in the first quarter. 7 points is the margin. So scrimmage out of that stoppage. Ball's paddled forward. Port District's with another opportunity, but no, he's been caught holding the ball there. So opportunity for Iggy's here to clear. Into time on now. Short switches on. Oh, that's almost gone through for a point. And that kick out from the square is poor. It's been taken by Zach Hawkins. So might have been Hodges there with the kick. So Hawkins now got a spare player wide. Just taken the mark inside 50, Trent Heffernan.
He'll fancy himself here, the Hef. Pretending to look for a lead, but I reckon he wants a ping.
No, he spotted up Sam Gray. Good kick.
Great kick.
And you would have expected with the ball in his hands that he would find someone. So Sam Gray has it. Probably about 10 metres in from the boundary line. Going to be kicking from around about 40 to 45. Might be just about on his limit here.
Old Iggies have been holding up well down back. 16 entries, only 4 scoring shots for Port Districts. Danwall looks like it may burst soon.
So Sam Gray, oh gee, that's a lovely kick from there. Never ever looked like missing. So that's their third goal. So well done to Sam Gray. That's his first of the day. And the third goal there for the Magpies. They lead 20-7, 13-point margin. We've gone 24 and a half minutes in the first quarter.
Very unselfish play there by Hef. He's probably at 50-51. If he was 45, I reckon he kicks the goal then. But certainly alarm bells ringing. This is Port District's football. It's just pressure around the ball. Old Iggies are winning the stoppage, kicking it back into Port District's numbers, high volume entries, and the score is going to come if they keep getting the ball inside 50 as often as they are. 16-5 for 50 entries so far.
Well, after conceding the first, they've kicked the last 3 in a period of around about 8 minutes. So certainly getting themselves on top here. So Gould out on the far side. Spots up Niskahus. Gee, he's been everywhere. And had a bucket load. He's brought his own football so far. So taking his time, Jason Niskahus indicates he's going to go long, just pops it up. Around about 30 out, pack forms, good punch from behind, well sharked by Old Ignatians, but the errant handball goes straight to Heffernan. He's tackled, ball spills out. Now there's an opportunity once again, and that's a bit of a lucky kick, I think, that ends up there. I think it might be Michael Gaffney that's got it at the moment. But he'll be taking a shot now from around about 35-40 metres out, probably about 45-degree angle. So opportunity for 4 in a row here after conceding the first goal, and just to put a break on this at the moment, just takes it a little bit to the left. So they've had the last 5 scoring shots, 3 goals 2 is what they have amounted to, and that makes the score now 3-3-21 to 1-1-7. So Iggy's just need to hold on here. 26 minutes into the first quarter.
Spot on, Vince. Big couple of minutes here. If they can go in 3-1, they'll be really happy with that.
Siren. So, well done to Iggy's. They did hold on for those last few seconds. So, quarter time here, 3-3-21 to Port District, leading Old Ignatians 1-1-7. So, 14-point margin. Good start by Old Ignatians, but they just tailed off in the last part of that quarter. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. Good job, mate. Well done. That's pretty. Now, okay, let's swap. Is that coming through okay? Yep. Alright, so it's 1, 7, 3, 3, 21. 1, 7, 3, 21. So the lead is 14.
So when they hit the post, it's 1 point each one?
What's that?
When they hit the post.
Yeah, 1 point.
Each one, or just
What do you mean each one?
they did a goal at the beginning, just one behind.
Yeah, one behind.
And he was already 7-1. So I think it's...
So you reckon it's actually should be 6-1? One got one. I thought they did get it. I thought they did get it by maybe. Yeah. We'll just have to check because they'll check the scores, and if they have to change it, they'll fix it up. I think you might be right because I wasn't sure where that point come from either, to be honest. All right, Old Ignatians. Alfred was good in the ruck. Alfred 23. Murder 20. And here it was this could be 3. Rolton 10. And McKay 21. Alright, so all good here. Right.
Giants 10 points up.
Still
Half time. Lions 31 points up.
Yeah,
34.
doing alright, the Giants. They've been really this year under Adam Kingsley.
Yeah, I think so. They're pretty young, aren't they?
Yeah. So every game they've been competitive. You know, they had that good win in round 1 against Adelaide. They snuck over the Hawks at Nord Oval, and their 4 losses have all been.
They don't get belted, do
no,
they went to Perth and lost by a couple.
Yeah, they lost to Carlton and Brisbane at home by less than 5 goals. You know, Carlton 10 points, Brisbane was about 4 goals or something.
Brisbane normally feast on teams.
And then they only just got beaten by someone they played at Marvel, I think, as well. So, yeah. So I reckon they're going all right. They're going to be difficult. I think they're probably similar to what Adelaide were last year. Adelaide were in so many games, just they didn't win any of them. They had heaps of close losses last year.
I agree. So did Port, though.
And yet the year before, where they went 6-1 in games decided by less than 12 points. That's the difference between finishing 2nd and 10th. 6-1 versus 1-5.
And everyone you try and nitpick at a million things, and it's just one kick in a game that's under 3 points.
I remember, 20 years ago, or almost 20 years ago, I remember Neil Craig coming out and saying, games decided by less than 2 goals are a lottery. You just want the siren to go when it's your turn to be in front.
Yeah, there is. You can manage some, but I agree there is a bit of that.
It's just a bit of a lottery.
And that's why I thought Collingwood ran out of luck last year. But
they just continue. They're just doing it again. They remind, like I said, they remind me so much of when Ken Hinkley's first 2 years in charge.
It doesn't last forever though. The run and gun thing though. Well, all right, we're on.
All right.
You want to flick to me for?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
You can talk. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think I've got everything I needed. Yep. When you're ready. $14 points of margin here at quarter time. We have Port District 321 leading Old Ignatians 1-1-7. What did you see in that first quarter, Adam?
Yeah, I saw an avalanche of inside 50s in the back end of the quarter. 18 inside 50s to 5 for the quarter, 4 stoppages to 1. I've been impressed with all these. I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to defend really hard, keep the score low, so they can stay in the game for as long as possible. Like I said, but Port District's, their strength is their setup behind the ball. And I just feel Old Iggy's probably need to bring out one to man up that wall. They're winning all the stoppages. Old Iggy's hat kick straight to Port Districts and then back in it goes. But Old Iggy's, like I said, defended really well. Only 3 goals from 18 entries. Been impressed with their fullback. Couple of really big spoils. Port Districts, Niskus, very impressive. And I've been impressed also with the big fella, 21, McKay. Plays with a bit of presence, hits the footy hard. He's a good size, strong and tall.
He may be the answer they're looking for having that big target up forward that they've missed. So done very well both in the ruck and also in the centre. So up we go, second quarter starting. Good tap down there from Sizer, just beat Alfred. Goes, butters up again, he's got the ball tackled by 2 of them from Old Ignatians. Umpire's going to come in, we'll ball that up. Up it goes again. Sizer again, but it's shark this time by Old Ignatians. Good stop on that kick there by Cooper Gaffney. Gets the ball out. There's umpire's paid a push in the back. That'll be a Port District's free kick.
You can hear the call from the Old Iggy's bench saying to man up, so it looks like they do want to try and get more one-on-ones forward of the ball if they can this quarter.
So Cooper Gaffney goes out very wide. Butted up there by Wiestra. He goes short. His kick's a little bit errant. Just missed Davison, the captain. And it's off hands and over the boundary line. True centre wing on the eastern side of the ground here. A few spectators enjoying that on the hill. Out that side. Short throw in. Short kick forward. It's going to hit the ground first just in front of Thomas Smush. Comes off his hands and out of bounds. Between wing and half forward out now for Iggy's. They'd love to start with an early goal as they did in the first quarter. Sizer with the ball down. Quick kick comes out. It's 2-on-1 here now. Ball beats everyone. Old Nations with the numbers. Chain of handballs. The switch is on. Dangerous kick. It's 2-on-2. How's that going to finish up? It's taken by Gould, Benjamin Gould. Good kick forward, and he's found Gavin Shepherd. So Gavin Shepherd, left half forward, goes in. It's Iggy's with the numbers. They can't quite take the mark. They've got numbers everywhere. The handball's eventually picked up there by Will Nader, and the kick goes out wide. Oh, it's dropped on the outer side, but again they've got numbers in the back line, and they're able to clear the danger area. Like this idea of playing on and getting the ball moving quickly, not allowing Port Districts to get their numbers behind the ball. So Nader with the kick in towards the forward line. Can't quite take the mark there, Gavin Shepherd. Almost caught holding the ball, but there's plenty of numbers around the ball here for Port District, and they'll now clear. Looking out towards the outer side, ends up here with Benjamin Gould on the left again. Kicks a little bit short. Just parried over the boundary line there by Liam Elliott Mitchell. We'll have a boundary thrown right in front of us here, in front of the Western Grandstand. Umpire just in the edge of the shade. Up it goes. Maybe a bit of a push out there. It was by Max Alfred. And Big Kurt Sizer's got the ball, goes with a handball. Cooper Gaffney, the handball over the top. Here's Gould again, been very prominent early. Kick goes in towards forward 50. Just off hands. Again, numbers with Ignatians in the back line. Looks like both teams may be getting numbers back here early in the second quarter. Kick comes back out towards this western boundary side to Scanlon. He gets the handball off, bit of a wobbly one up towards centre wing. First one there is going to be Jack Gaffney. Can't quite kick the ball in. And we'll have another boundary throw in.
Definite change in philosophy at quarter time from Old Iggy's. Their 6 forwards are staying put, trying to man up the Port District's defenders. You can see now not allowing Port Districts to have a spare off the back.
Be interesting to see if they can continue their dominance around the stoppage and around the ball. Sizer gets that one. First hands on it there was Scanlon. Couldn't quite take it. Ball still on the ground. Players all over the ball, still all coming. This actually, I think, no, it's come out again. It's ended up now with Boots. Boots gets the handball, quick handball there to Will Ferrari. He handball over to Tom Scanlon, but he's caught. Excellent tackle. Fantastic. Applied by Hawkins. They've played on quickly. Left footer Cooper Gaffney goes out wide. He sees Zach Hawkins, drops the ball, but has time to butter up. Kick in towards forward, beaten both players. Maybe Brandon Lord there, looks like he may have picked that one up, gets the handball off out towards the wing. Davison just fighting, ball ends up over the boundary line, centre wing on the eastern side.
Fantastic chase down tackle, it's what you want to see. Would have had a shot for goal from 45 and it's still game on here, would have been 3-2. Would have given Old Iggy's a big boost, but a great chase.
Sizer over the top. Ball just picked up, plucked off the ground. Handball tackle applied there by Green. Still the ball in dispute at half forward. Umpire now is going to come in and ball it up just between the square and the 50-metre arc. Opportunity here again for Iggy's to close this margin. They're hanging in well. Again, Sizer with the tap down, starting to get on top of the ruck. Umpire's picked out a free kick. Looks like that's going to get us Old Ignatians, it is. So definite chance for a deep entry here. It was about 60 metres out. Kick on the lead. Oh, that may be a little bit high. It's been paid a little bit high as well. It looks like Max Kelly may have the ball here.
Probably a little bit lucky there. Didn't look to be a lot in it, but again, Port Districts didn't remonstrate a lot, so maybe there was something in it. But you've got to take your chances here. Old Iggy's, they've had a much better style of play this quarter, I reckon. Manning up the Port District's spare defenders. They deserve this shot on goal.
So an excellent opportunity here to reduce the margin. About 30 metres out on the left. And again, has just missed. So first score, opening score of the second quarter is a behind to Old Ignatians. So 8-21 here. Port District's taking their time. Looks like he's just set up well behind the ball here. We've got 2 spare players out here on the wing. Dangerous kick in towards the middle. Oh, Davison does well. Now they've got players out the other side. It's a 2-on-1 here. They should be able to do this. Oh, he's done very well. There might have been James Kennedy. Now it's gone back inside forward 50 for Iggy's. And they'll have an opportunity here for a shot on goal about 50 out.
Big play that. 2v1 on the wing. You expect to have won that goal inside 50, but it's ping-pong back. Now Old Iggy's have a shot on goal. A great play by the Old Iggy's wingman out on that far side.
So the kick's going to be from right on 50. Is it going to get there? It's going to fall just short in the square. Ball's bouncing around. Iggy's with an opportunity. Lots of numbers around the ball. Kick by Hazanidi is smothered. Now there's a pack that forms about 20 metres out from the goal over on the far left forward pocket. Umpire will come in and ball it up. Might just be a little bit of breeze coming from that southern end. That ball did seem to hold up a little bit. Palm down. Quick kick out from defence, but this time Iggy's set up well behind the ball. And a few repeat entries here. They want to get some reward for this effort. Looking for options. Now it's just popped up. Goes wide. Punch from behind. Again, numbers with the Magpies. Hazanidi, he's got a good kick up towards Sam McKay. His kick goes long and suddenly it's inside the other forward 50. Geez, this would hurt if they're able to get a score here. Tom Gray's got it, spins around. 2 bounces. Handball to the middle, but it's actually knocked through there by Dan Tokyo. So well done to get back there and help out. Looks like that could have been a dangerous opportunity on goal after having a number of opportunities themselves.
First time we've seen a team go end-to-end today. We saw a lot of it last week, but great desperation on the last line of defence from Old Iggy's again.
And they've got the ball out towards centre wing. Alfred went a little bit early, went over the back. Good tackle applied there by Quinn Spencer. And the ball comes out the back here, and again, Cooper Gaffney's got Paul on a string on his trusty left. Looks in towards the middle. Shannon Jenner. Oh, his kick's just falling a little bit short. Opportunity here. There's a player free. Over, it's Brendan Lord. He takes the mark. It's going to be about 40 metres out. He'll be having a shot here on a slight angle. So turnover there off the kick by Shannon Jenner that didn't quite get the mark, and going to be kicking from 45.
Those turnover opportunities will come if you keep defending. Port Districts don't want to bomb the ball up the line. They want to go back into the corridor when they can. It's those aerial balls back in the corridor that can be turned over. But the key is to make them pay. Need a straight kick here.
Brandon Lord, another opportunity there. Reward for effort this will be. They've certainly been the better side in the opening few minutes of this second quarter. Goes on the right. Umpire doesn't seem to be moving. Not moving at all. What a great kick from Brandon Lord, and well done to Old Ignatians. 3 goals to 2, and that is reward for effort. They have certainly been on top in the early stages of this second quarter.
Yeah, 6 forward 50 entries already in this quarter, only 5 in the first quarter, and like I said, the definite change in philosophy of keeping their forwards set so the ball just can't repeat entry back Port District's way. And like I said, Port Districts will continue to look for those kicks inside, so they just need to be on their toes, create 2v1s. But the most crucial element was the composed kick to the spare player and the accurate set shot. Well done, Old Iggies. Game on.
So well done to Old Ignatians. Goal there, the Lord. Kick, centre bounce. McKay can't quite take the mark. Good handball there by Carpeney. Through to Heffernan. His kick on the left goes towards the hot spot. It's been taken there sharp by Tom Gray, and umpires, that's called advantage, so that'll be a goal, and that's a very, very quick reply by Port District. So that's their 4th, and they have snuffled out the Old Ignatians' dominance in the early part of this second quarter with that very, very fast reply goal.
Classic goal there, centre clearance. Heffernan with a great kick once again, not kicking it too deep to the 20-metre mark, so when the ball spoils, great contest by Shepherd, but great, that was a classic crumb. Nice soft drop for him in front and beautiful snap. Great response there by Port Districts, who were under the pump there for 5 minutes, and a good response. Big centre bounce here for Old Iggies. Can they keep some momentum going?
So there's the bounce down. Iggies do get the ball out of the centre. Got a few numbers here. Good take by Murdoch, gets the handball off, but tackle's applied immediately. So good 2 goals in a minute. We're 14 points to margin. Ball's just slapped out. Sam Gray. Kick out towards the centre wing. Taken just inside the line by Ben Gould. And that will be a boundary throw-in. Smart just to get hands on that just as it was about to go across the line.
That's the biggest adjustment for the players with that rule now, is it? Remembering to chase after it and touch the footy.
Good smother off the boot. Gould can't quite pick it up. Cooper Gaffney again now gets it to Gould. He'll want his left. Turns around. Does get his left, but I think he may have stepped out of bounds as he was doing that. He does. True centre wing, right in front of the interchange bench.
Port District's trying to manufacture a spare defender, but Old Iggy's not allowing them at the moment.
Tap down there by McKay. Sam Gray ends up the ball inside 50, 2-on-1 in favour of Iggy's. Looks like the one might win out here. Knock forward. This horse has it. Beats one, feeds out the handball, gets it out to Shepherd. Shepherd's kick. Inside forward 50. He's found an opponent. Caught one for his work there, taking the mark.
That's all set up by Sam Gray, the stoppage there. Old Iggy's will be disappointed with that. They've been really good at the stoppages around the ground, but Gray was able to just waltz through unattended. And again, Shepherd, unselfish. They don't ping at goal. When they don't think they can kick it, they kick the ball to the top of the square. Port Districts, they do that very well.
So Tom Gray here should be second in a matter of 2 minutes. Comes in 20 metres out directly in front, and umpire does a little bit of work. Not quite enough though if you're an Iggy supporter. That's another goal to Port Districts. They go to 5-4-34, leading Old Ignatians 2-2-14. So 2 goals in 2 minutes there to Tom Gray.
It's probably the first time all day that a player's been able to waltz out of the stoppage. There's been a lot of pressure and a lot of numbers, a lot of smothers. But like I said, on that occasion, Gray was able to just waltz through. He wasn't even really attacked to advantage. He just came through. Beautiful penetrating kick to a deep entry. And once again, very impressed with Port District's unselfishness inside 50. It's a great trait for a team to have.
So far the second quarter following a similar pattern of the first. Iggy's getting in the first goal, and then Port District's replying with multiple goals thereafter. Umpire's surely going to call holding the ball. Here he is. The recipient is Sam McKay. But Will Ferrari wasn't really happy, but he did actually butter up well there to get some fingers on that kick to create a part spoil. Alfred from behind there gets the tap down. Layden gets the handball, but now again opportunity here for Shannon Jenner. Tom Gray gives it to Heffernan. Heffernan snaps around on the left. Punched. Oh, he's got it here. Carter looks back. Has he found someone? No. Just kicked it a bit too far. Good butter up. Lovely kick there. Well done by Pazzaniti. Managed to pick up the ball after it went over his head. Spun around well on the left. Probably the non-preferred. And an excellent snap there to put it through. And again, quick goals by Port Districts now sees them out to a handy lead of 26 points.
Just getting advantage at the stoppage now. Those 3 goals have all come from stoppage clearances, not from their usual turnover game. Again, impressed with the unselfishness. Could have had a snap from the deep forward pocket. I know I would have probably pinged that through on the snap, but he went back, didn't hit the target, but the ball was in a dangerous area. Well deserved, unselfish. Old Iggy's just need to tighten up at the stoppages now.
Up it goes again. Iggy's now through Dan Tokia, but again numbers with Port District. Pazzaniti, the goal kicker, lovely kick inside forward 50, and gee, Tom Gray here looking for his third in about 5 minutes.
Tom Gray looks really dangerous as that medium-sized full forward coming out of the square, doesn't he? He's fast on the lead and he's got good hands. He was unlucky in the first quarter, lost one in the sun. But he looks dangerous, but again, it's from the stoppage. Not the usual turnover game and repeat entries. Alarm bells ringing for Old Iggy's.
So looking for 3 in a row here. And just missed on this occasion. Sorry, they had 3 in a row. We're looking for 4 in a row. So he's just missed there. But they've had the last 4 scoring shots, 3 goals, 1. And just asserting some dominance through the middle part of this second quarter. Ball out between wing and halfback. Good tackle applied by Sam Mackay.
This is where Old Iggy's need to keep their pressure up around the stoppage.
So Mackay, tap down. Numbers there. Gray with the tackle now. Butters in, gets the ball out. But sharped well there by Alfred. His kick goes into the middle. But Shannon Jenner's the first one there. right in the centre. Short kick in. Finds Heffernan. Player screaming for it ahead of the ball. He's just decided to go short. Then Carpenty's got it. Carpenty on the left. Just looking inside 50. Good kick. And excellent mark's been taken. Quick handball given off. Looking for a deeper inside forward 50. Gray with the punch from behind. Oh, that looked like a throw, not paid. Now the ball's with McKay. His handball's smothered. They've managed to get the ball back to the centre here. Iggy's good opportunity here. That must be, no, it's an arm tackle, but not paid against Jasper Davies. Umpire will come in and ball it up. McKay with a lovely tap down. Tackled immediately Heffernan and did eventually get it out, but not fast enough according to the umpire.
Great tackle by Scanlon then. They needed that, like I said, the last 5 minutes. They've just been walking out of the stoppages a little bit. That was a big tackle. Just need to hold firm here, old Iggies.
So Scanlon, a free player just out wide. That's Tom Vanderjut. He looks to go long. Brings it inside a little. Pack forms. Schmush went up with just the one arm. It's come out. Heffernan again. Now the ball coming back the other way. Can't quite take it, Sizer. Numbers with Iggy's. Good hands there from Carl Hodges. Handball again. Ferrari gets the quick one away. Now Kelly. May have been actually disposed unfairly after he got rid of it, but the opportunity here with Gray not called by the umpire. Kick can't quite take it. Niskahus butters up. Second time gets the handball away. Numbers here with Iggy's though. Oh, running straight over at Bristow, but they've got the numbers there. Now it's getting hot again. And Heffernan again. Gee, he's been right in at the last 5 minutes. Goes up forward. Is that the mark? It's a good mark. Excellent mark. Umpire not paid.
Taking it well, Shepherd.
Shake of the head from Gavin Shepherd. Actually goes up, takes the ruck. But numbers around for Iggy. So there seem to be extra numbers in the fence. Sizer maybe got one high as he was trying to take that mark. But they've come up with it. Hawkins got it. Now the umpire's picked something out. It's actually going to go to Old Ignatians. It is. So it'll be Will the Red Ferrari. Just goes short. And finds Noah Layden. He just, dangerous kick going out towards the other side of the ground. But have they set themselves up here? They have. There's a free player out on centre wing. Hawkins gets across to man the mark. And it has set up an inside 50 for them. There's been a little bit of time before that since they've been down inside 450. What can they make of this? The ball on the ground. Players all around it. Umpire is going to come in and ball it up.
Old Iggies will look to set up a bit of a wall behind this stoppage and try and get some repeat entries.
They've got a couple of numbers behind the ball here. Yeah, Shana handball. Shannon and Jana ends up with that chain of handballs. Lucky kick comes out and it's marked. So now opportunity. There's no one inside the 450. Now there's players going back up. Tom Gray gets it to the second attempt, gets it down to Hawkins. Hawkins goes a little chip kick out wide. Shepherd in front and unable to keep that ball in.
I mentioned that Port Districts are very unselfish going inside 50, but when you're 45 out directly in front of the goals, you probably don't want to kick the ball directly sideways to 45 out for a boundary throw in. But again, being unselfish, looking for teammates.
Mackay and Alfred. Alfred over the top with the tap. It's a 1-2, running outside forward 50, and the ball's now up towards the wing. Good spoil there by Tom Schmush. And now the ball comes back the other way. Two Iggy's players actually almost spoiled each other there. So they've got numbers around the ball. Another sport kick. Ball's looking pretty much stuck in that area between half forward. left, half forward right, I should say.
We've
Umpire will come in.
Lost the time clock. I don't know how long there is to go, but a big couple of minutes here once again to hold on till half time for Old Iggy's. If they can not concede another goal and try and find one on the rebound, it'll give them a hell of a lot of confidence going into half time.
We think we might be soon coming up to about the 20-minute mark. So about to hit time on, so not long. There's hasn't been a goal for a little time here, about 10 minutes, over 10, nearly 10 minutes since the last goal. So they have managed to stem the tide here, Iggy's, but they're under a little bit of pressure at the moment. And another forward 50 coming up for Port Districts. Ball's just popped up. Big pack, good mark, just at the back there by Kennedy.
He's done that a couple of times, a big fella, got back in the hole and helped his defenders out. Great intercept, Martin.
Might be a bit hemmed in, they're just chipping the ball around. Magpies well set up behind the ball here at the moment. Now the long kick's going to go down towards the centre wing. Oh, good mark, excellent mark. Taken on centre wing. Good chain of play here by Iggy's. Umpire's pulled something. Is that going? It is. It's going to be an Iggy's free kick for a hold, and well deserved there. They were hemmed in the back pocket. They moved the ball well up the field, and now going to get a shot on goal.
Yeah, well deserved. First time they've been able to go from D50 to a shot on goal for the day. All comes about from that magnificent contested mark. Hopefully the camera did that justice. That was a fantastic leap and mark. And when you get a contested mark on the wing, you end up getting a shot on goal. So big play here.
So shot from just on the 50. It's going to probably fall a bit short. It does. So no change to the score, which sees Port District 6-5, 41, leading Old Ignatians 2-2-14. So that's a 27-point margin. So they have basically doubled their margin from 13 at 14, I should say, at quarter time, and go in with a 4.5 goal lead here at half time. So Iggy's holding on, and we'll be interested to see if they come out with maybe a couple of changes of tactic to get themselves closer and back in this game. Half time, 27 points of margin here. We're going to take a short break during half time, and we'll be back with the second half here from Karen Rolton Oval.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when they stopped the clock over there or when you started.
No, that's it. I reckon it was about 5 or 6 minutes. It might have been a bit longer. But so that, what have we got? We've got Old Nations 2-2-14. So they then went 1-1-7 and 6-5-41. So that quarter was 3-2-20.
So it was 3-3 to 1-1, then 3-2 to 3 at 1-1.
Yeah. So 27. So that quarter. Number 27. And Alfred again. I reckon he's been good, young Tom Alfred in the ruck. Just battling on. It seems like he's been taking just about all the ruck and up against Sizer and McKay.
Is that the guy that took the mark in defence as well?
Yeah. That was Kennedy.
Yeah, okay.
That's Kennedy, but he's been good. He's done most of the first half. So yeah, he was good that quarter. Yeah. And the guy Gould on the wing here was getting quite a bit of it as well.
Niscus was a little bit quieter, just going by your call. You sort of know when you're calling.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
I've called him a lot, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what I base it on.
25 Gaffneys.
Oh yeah,
you noticed
Cooper Gaffney.
You noticed his left leg, I suppose, don't you? But in the first quarter, all of the half-backs for Port Districts had huge numbers, but they manned them up.
Oh, and Tom Gray was good that quarter with a couple of goals.
He's dangerous. actually, a little mini full forward up there, isn't he?
Grade 13. All right.
Tricky matchup. I'm going to go for a wander.
Do that. Go and I'm going to go to the used coat department. Because
Come in. Okay. It's the last first come in. Yeah. He didn't bend over all the way then. Instead, he just took his time to pick up the ball, but he don't use my side. Once you went across again.
It's getting more.
To get our team play right. It's Saint Peter's. I don't know. Sure, Saint Peter's. Probably I'm sure it is Saint Peter's.
I'll turn it off to go to bed.
I parked him on the way. I'm going to give up this part.
There you go. Hey, glad I seen that.
You are? We just booked it yesterday.
What's doing on weekend?
Still wrong. We're going to and we're doing these only 10 days. On this one go. So we were going to do that 6 weeks on the car, but we're not doing that.
Our last game will be the 3rd of June.
And we've got a 10-day tour.
Where's it going?
It's going from here, so it costs us almost
I've already
bloody.
seen that. What ship's it on?
It's a P&O, so I don't know which one. It's P&O. I love it.
Because I was thinking about going to Cairns.
Yeah. I think I don't know what the date is now.
Long weekends. During the Training that next week. Thinking about going Bulldogs going. So that's on me. So what you were going to be near?
And I just thought, it wouldn't be the same that we think of the bars and talking to all this sort of stuff. And, I'm not big on that myself. Yeah, no, that's just not me. It's been great being there.
What are you doing?
I think it's just lots of sport. Yeah.
But you're on a cruise ship. Doing a lot of sitting bar or pulling. How many times get off?
On the other side of the not this side of the on the other side into the, I don't know what the name is called out there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, so we haven't got you next week, mate. I probably know who our cameraman is next week.
I'm disappointed with that. I like you, Eduardo. I think you're on top of your game.
Oh, yeah. I'll have a look, 'cause,
Sit down with him.
All right. So that's all the courts there.
He held that today. He done.
Yeah, so Rolton got onto me during the week and said, did you get the monitor and the monitor? I said, no. He goes, we're going to have a photo of the week. So, and when I had a look at the schedule, it was on the first 3 hours of notice that we haven't got the next week yet. So, I'm not sure what we got, but I have to have a look. So he said, take me. So you've got to be there for number, I think, well, they're all the same, aren't they? The same. You're all right. So I have to try and, I was going to say, and I remember the thongs this week too, mate.
Yeah.
Done. So, interesting. I reckon probably Heffernan's probably been the best player. I reckon.
I've liked Heff.
They're just coming out. Oh, hang on.
Are we ready to roll?
They're just coming out. So stop that. Reset ready, just in case. And they'll have a couple of minutes warm up. So
let us know if you're going to flick over. Yeah, it's an issue. It's kind of you want to. It's obviously our choice who we give the best to, but sometimes it's just so even a bit as well. And and because you know players like Heffernan, you probably you notice them and
a bit more.
The coaching staff might have another one in mind, but we'll see how the second half plays out. I'll go speak to their coach afterwards.
So, Daryl Spencer of Iggy's, he's the new coach. I looked it up, and Josh Ramsey, is that right?
I spoke to Ramsey prior to the game. I didn't see old Iggy's Cody.
All right. When you're ready, mate. Yep. All right.
Do a quick summary when you flip.
Yep. Welcome back to Karen Rolton Oval. Well, best describe the first half as Groundhog Day. Iggy's got the first goal of each quarter, and then Port Districts are able to reply in each quarter with 3 of their own. So the score here, 6-5-41. Port District leading Old Ignatians 2-2-14. Old Ignatians managed to, in both quarters, under some pressure late in the quarter, managed to hold out to just have a 2-goal deficit each quarter. What do you think the coaches Josh Ramsey and Daryl Spencer would have said at half-time, Adam?
I think Port Districts will be happy with how they're playing, but they have had 32 entries for only 6 goals. So I think that comes down to pressure from Old Iggy's. I've been impressed with them. Look, let's be honest. We know the Old Iggy's aren't going to be winning every game they play this year. They're outclassed a little bit on the field at the moment, but all you can do is try your best, give effort, and be structured and organised around them. And I think they're that. I think Old Iggy's are doing quite well considering the personnel they don't have on the park. That quarter they had a definite shift to man up the Port District's spare defenders, and I thought it worked. I thought they got the ball inside 59 times instead of 5 times in the first quarter, and that's all you can do. You want to give the opposition something to worry about, and if you never get the ball inside 50, the opposition have nothing to worry about. So I thought they played a better style of football, but at the end of the day it's 32 entries to 14, 7 centre breaks to 2, 6 goals to 2, but it's still close enough that hopefully Old Iggy's energy will be up to keep pressuring. They've just got to try and find an avenue to goal. Can they kick 2 in a row and just give them a little bit of self-belief? I've been impressed with a couple of their tools. Old Iggy's, they've taken some nice contested marks behind the footy and on the wing, which they'll need to keep doing. Again, we thought old mate Heffernan came into the game, certainly. I know he loves the beanie and the thong, so he'll be looking to have a big second half to Hef, but they've got an even contribution. Probably the only alarm bell, the one that Daryl Spencer would have been speaking about, was the pressure around the stoppage. I thought Port Districts were just able to leave the stoppage without pressure in the middle of that quarter. If they can fix that area up, might still be a chance to go forward and keep the scoreboard close. Vince?
Yeah, well, there was, it did ebb and flow a little bit coming out of stoppage. A ruck competitiveness from Alfred, as Max Alfred's been really, really good. He's really done the vast majority of the first half up against a combination of Kurt Sizer and Sam McKay, and done a really good job, but it's sort of ebbed and flowed. We've had situations where they have been able to get a few ball out of stoppage a few times in a row, Iggies, and then Port Districts have corrected that and then managed to go on a bit of a roll out of stoppage themselves. So you're right, if they can get their hands on the ball first and get it into the forward line quickly, and of course they'd be looking to start the third quarter as they did the first two by kicking the opening goal. If they can turn that into 2, we're back with game on. So let's see how this pans out. On the flip side, you probably think that if Port Districts can get a little bit of an ascendancy, they have started both quarters a little slowly. They do get a little bit of ascendancy, they will create a break on this game. So up it goes, Sizer and Alfred again. Umpire picks out a free kick, and it's actually going to go to Sam Gray. So he's got the first kick of the third quarter. Ball comes out onto the wing. Kick forward there by Niskus, out wide in the half forward flank. Well picked up there by Jenner. But Iggy's with the turnover. Kennedy may have been barreled over there. Umpire's actually picked out a free kick. Yes, he has been. And Big James Kennedy, been a bit of a pillar in defence there. Done well. Short kick to the flank. Now the ball will come back out to the wing. Oh, the kick's a bit short there. Was looking for Will Nader, but picked off. Sam Gray now has it. Goes in 5-4-50. Lovely looking kick. And better start from Port Districts in this third quarter. They'll get the first opportunity for a major with this shot on goal. And Tom looked lively in the forward 50.
Yeah, he has. That was almost a training drill, wasn't it? Intercept mark. It's like you set the cones up at training. Intercept mark. Kick the ball back inside. And then hit the fat side lead. And now another unattended mark inside 50. Opened up the angle. I'm sure Heff will want to have a ping on this occasion now that he's inside 50.
So the short kick, similar distance, but much better angle here for Trent Heffernan. He did have one from about this spot early, maybe about 5 or 10 metres further out when he did find Sam Gray in the first quarter, but close enough this time. And he's going to have a look at the big sticks. So there's the kick. That umpire has a look, doesn't quite actually make it, off hands and through for a minor score, opening score of the third quarter. Ball quickly brought out there by Old Ignatians. Now it comes back into the middle, into the square, goal square, and the kick back out to this side. Spotted a player there, good kick out to Will the Red Ferrari. And he'll go down towards centre wing, right in front of us here. Good fly at the back, and excellent mark taken. Oh, but the handball's missed, butted up well there, Quinn Spencer. What a great mark that was.
Fantastic mark again.
Result of all of that, looks like it's a free kick.
Off the ball, Vince.
Yep.
Bit of holding.
So Captain Sam Boots tries to get around the player, eventually does, now goes deep inside forward 50 to the hot spot. Numbers there with Port Districts, and Cooper Gaffney, he's had a ton of the ball in the second quarter, onto that trusty left foot, decides to go out to the far side of the ground. Good contest out there. Brendan Lord battling against 2. Ball on the ground, picked up there by Gavin Shepherd. Umpire says he was actually, well, I'm not sure what the umpire's called there.
He played a little sneaky throw there, Vince.
Little throw. So incorrect disposal there from Shepherd. Ball inside 450, flying there. Jack Gaffney couldn't quite take it. Plenty of numbers around the ball here for the Magpies. Niskus fires out the handball. Kick towards halfback. And a tackle applied as Shannon Jenner affected his kick. Lovely pick up there from Elliot Mitchell. Bit of messing around with the ball here. They might pay the penalty here, but Will McCarthy's being tackled. Is he going to get paid holding the ball? No, says the umpire. So left half forward here for Port Districts. 4 minutes gone in the third quarter here. Heffernan again, looks inside. The numbers are with Old Ignatians. So Jasper Davies has the ball onto the left. Kick up high, 1-on-1. Good spoil from behind by Wheatra. String of handball is going to end up with Greg with the 1-2. Can't quite take it though. So Ferrari with the handball off, kick in towards 50. Good pick up on the bounce there by Austin Murdoch, who kicked the opening goal of the game. But his kick towards Quinn Spencer, it's got a bad bounce, and he, once again, off the half-back, Cooper Gaffney gets the ball, ends up with Sam Gray on the wing. His kick out wide, Heffernan again getting a ton of possessions here early in the third quarter. He likes something inside forward 50. Mark dropped by Shepherd. And again getting a ton of the ball back to Gambles to Heffernan though. And umpire calls play on. Ferrari's got it again. What's ahead, but it's all black jerseys ahead now. He just goes high and long, and they can raffle that off Port Districts. They dangerous kicking towards the middles, cut off. Oh, handball dropped there by Max Alfred. Never handball to a ruckman. And the turnover here ends up with Carpeny. Carpeny kick inside 450. He's found a teammate. And looks like Pazzaniti it is. Daniel Pazzaniti is going to be looking for his second goal. It'll actually be his second goal in a row and the second goal in a row of the match. He kicked the last one at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
Unfortunate there for Old Iggies. They caused the turnover. Did the right thing. Wanted to draw and give the man on the mark so they could get a deep entry, but unfortunately there was a fumble. Shot on goal on the rebound.
So Pazzaniti kick looks good. Has it got the tag? No, it's just drifted to the left-hand side. So 2 behind to start the quarter for the Magpies, and they've increased that margin then to 29 points. Looks like Kennedy with the ball. Kick towards half-back, looking for his ruckman in Alfred, but cutting across in front. Good mark by Thomas Schmush. And kick, it looks like it was going to get to McKay there, but just fell in front of him. Butted up well, and here's Max Alfred. Looks inside. Good kick, good mark taken by Max Kelly. His kick's fallen short, intercepted. Kennedy with the handball, butters up, goes again, gets a second handball. Alfred, Kelly, Scanlon, and the ball is turned over again at between half-back and wing. Kick out wide by Gould. Ferrari gets the handball off. Was he in play? No. The ball had just tripped over the line.
It's a bit like last bench. You can see the second half is a different game to the first half. Pressure has dropped off, and now it's a game of ball use. Port Districts have had opportunities going inside 50, and so have Old Iggies, but just no one be able to hit a target inside 50.
Sizer with the tap down, but it all ends up here. Looks like with Pazzaniti again. His kick inside forward 50. Good punch there from Kennedy. A lot of harassment here from Pazzaniti again. Ball ends up over the boundary line. Half forward, right on the intersection of the boundary line and the forward 50.
Defending well again, Old Iggies. 8 inside 50s they've had. Port Districts have not yet scored a goal this quarter. Alfred,
good tap down. Good take by Bristow, but tackled immediately. There's the ball up. This time McKay gets it down. Trying to burst through there, Gaffney. Michael Gaffney it was. Iggy's forced over the boundary line there. We'll have another boundary throw-in. Just a little bit of a lull in play. Important area of the game at the moment. Still searching for our first goal in the third quarter. Nearly 9 minutes in. Really tightened up. Cooper Gaffney ends up after a string of handballs, goes inside forward 50. The punch from behind there by Shepherd. Ball ends up over the boundary line once again. And And actually, free kick's going to be paid here to James Kennedy. So, relieving free kick. It looks like he's going to go across goal. That doesn't look like his best effort. Almost went through for a behind. It did go through for a behind.
Probably a good result, to be honest, rather than allowing him to have the snap on goal from the other side.
So,
maybe it was his intention, Vince.
maybe. Oh, a dangerous kick coming out from the kick in. But Nader's got it. Gets a ball there from Dan McKay. All off hands out of that pack. Overrun it there, James Davies. Gives the ball up, Cooper Gaffney again. Goes with the handball. Niskahus, deep kick inside forward 50, one-on-one. Ball hits the ground. Tom Gray, what can he do? Looking for Cooper Gaffney. He's butted up well. Got players all around. And it's going to end up here with Jack Gaffney. Umpire called not 15. They're still chipping it around. Is that one 15? Yes, it is. And Ken Carpenter's got the ball, but he's way back inside the centre square. Goes on the left, out wide. And good stretch, good mark. Has it been paid? It has. So Ben Gould, probably the wrong side for a left footer.
Nice kick to the advantage of the forward then. Didn't blaze, just put it to the side that he wanted. Like I said, 10 inside 50 for the quarter for Port District, still yet to register a major. Defending really well, Old Iggy's. Defending
Peppering
well.
away. Can Ben Gould break the deadlock in this third quarter? No goals. Almost 11 minutes in. Kick goes up, might just fall just short off hands, and it's just rushed through. So that is 4 behinds. 4 scoring shots for Port Districts. So lead's gone from 27 to 31. Ferrari at halfback. Lead up plays just been cut off. Well played there by Doug Greig. So Greig, Gaffney calling for it again. He's free and just inside the centre square. Ignored, goes towards the pocket. It's going to go over the back. First one there is McKay. Feeds out the handball. And ball's going to end up buttering over the line. Probably 25 metres around from the Port District's goal. They have absolutely had territory dominance in the first bit of this third quarter. Okay, with the tap over the back. Umpire, gee, hot on the whistle there, holding the ball is called. And opportunity here for Port Districts once again to kick the opening goal. Looks like Sam Gray there.
Pin the arms there, Gray, so he couldn't get the handball away. Quick on the whistle, but he did have a real quick prior opportunity.
Well, if anyone can break the deadlock, it has to be this man, Sam Gray. Kicked a beautiful goal in the first quarter. Looking for his second to equal Tom's pair as well, but yes, umpire galloped to the left-hand side, but snuck it in, and Sam Gray has kicked the opening goal of the third quarter. We're 12 and a half minutes in, and some reward for effort for Port Districts there. Old Ignatians held off for the first part of that term, but eventually the dam well has broken, and the opening goal of the third quarter to the Magpies.
Yeah, Old Iggies are defending grimly, no doubt. Their back six are really doing a good job. But they're going to have to go back to what they did in the second quarter, try and get those numbers forward of the ball so those repeat entries don't come back in. Good shot for goal then from a hot whistle.
Just first to its size and buttles up well. Sam Gray once again getting involved in the game. Nice looking kick and good mark taken. That was textbook work from that centre stoppage. And Tom Gray now looking to win the battle of the Gray brothers and go out to kick his third. His eyes are darting around a little bit, but going to be kicking from 45. Probably about a 60-degree angle here. Tom Gray bringing that ball around, coming around. That's a magnificent kick from Tom Gray. Judged that one beautifully, and that's 2 goals in a minute, and they have broken this game open. And suddenly 8-9, 57 to 2-2-14.
hard to defend that, isn't it, when you're old Iggy's? That's a centre clearance from an ex-AFL player who laces out his brother in the forward pocket, who slots the goal from 45 metres out. That's just class. Not a lot you can do to stop that. What old Iggy's can do is get a body on Sam Gray at this centre bounce and try and get one going their way, just to get their confidence back. Like I said, they're defended really well. Need to get forwards, just something to look at in the next couple of minutes.
Well, they need to get the ball forward here. It's got to start with Max Alfred in the middle. He did get the tap. Sam Gray bumped off the ball, just shuffled forward there by Dantokia. It's inside their forward 50, but numbers again. Smushed through degree. Grubber of a kick, picked up well by Davies. He's now been called to play on there. Dan McCabe. Kick inside forward 50. Mark's been dropped. Again, numbers with Port District, and they'll be able to clear. Ball comes up over the back. So Elliot Mitchell just caressing the ball over the boundary line. It's going to be thrown in right in front of us here. So they need a response here again, Iggy's. This quarter has played out different to the first two. Magpies kicking the first two goals. Alfred in front, but again it's sharked by Port Districts. That's an excellent tackle applied there by Carl Hodges.
Important tackle there as well, because they were going to waltz out of the stoppage and go inside 50.
Oh, Ferrari's going to get caught here. What's going to happen? I reckon he's going to be, yes. Wasn't given a lot of time, but caught cold there, Ferrari, and they're paying the penalty of 25 metres. So well done to Tom Gray. Opportunity here for him to kick his fourth.
It's a tough decision, but you've got to try and bite your lip if you can, old Iggy's, because now it goes from a forward entry, you can get numbers back, to just an easy shot on goal for a class player.
Yes, there's a big difference between kicking from 55 and kicking from 30. And that's exactly what Tom Gray will be doing here. 30 out, slide angle. And that is number 4 for Tom Gray. So 3 goals in 5 minutes has seen this game blow wide open. So Port District's now 9-9-63. 49 points ahead of Old Ignatians, stuck on 2-2-14.
Hoping that Old Iggy's can just find something here and keep this game competitive. It hasn't been easy for Port Districts. It's been a tough game for them to get this breather. Impressed with Tom Gray. He deserves everything he gets. He's unselfish. He could have had a shot on goal 3 or 4 other times and has used teammates. It's a tricky matchup, isn't he? You can't put a tall, cumbersome guy on him. He's very quick, very good overhead, and not a textbook set shot, but they've all been wobbling through.
So for 3 quarters in a row here, they've kicked 3 in a row. And breaking out of the stoppage again, this time it's McKay. McKay's kicking a forward line, and excellent mark being taken. They are under siege here, Old Ignatians, and Tom Carter looking to get in on the act here.
Real breakdown at the centre bounce there. Sweeper nowhere near holding his spot. Port District's goal side. Very difficult for the back 6 to defend that situation, but a good mark nonetheless.
So Carter always sprayed that one to the near side, but they are absolutely right on top here. 3 goals, 5, 8 scoring shots for the quarter. I think Iggy's have only been inside not more than a couple of times inside forward 50. They haven't had an opportunity on goal yet, so certainly under siege here. And 18 minutes in and almost heading to time on again, they're going to have to hold on grimly once again here. Big pack at half back, over the back. Tom Schmutz has got it, tackled. Umpire has got a call holding the ball. So Sam Boots, dangerous kick into the middle again, doesn't come off. So on the rebound here, it looks like it is going to be another shot on goal, another quick kick into the pocket, and there's Tom Gray once again. He has been everywhere in this forward line. So,
I know that they want to switch the footy and it's the right play. You don't want to be kicking the ball at the line all day, but Boots, then when the ball travels 40 metres in the air, you think a guy's on his own in the centre, but the opposition can run 20 metres in that time. They need to be those sharp, darting 20-metre balls when you do look to go inside the corridor, not the aerial ball. Turnover, mark inside 50, Gray again.
What are you doing?
So Tom Gray, in he comes. Just off to the side again. They are absolutely peppering away here. So I think he's almost missed as many as he scored. So he's got 4. Look, unable to complete a handful there. Kennedy with the long kick out, right out towards centre wing. Good kick, good mark. He's got Brendan Lord out there.
I'd be looking to go down the line on this occasion. They've tried a lot of risky balls into the corridor, but none of them have worked this quarter.
Looking inside again, but no, does the safe thing, goes down the line. Bit of a chip shot and down the line too far. That's gone over the defence.
Suns wins.
Yeah, so Wiestra has to go and collect his own ball and take the advantage free kick. So chips up short. Greig's got it. He'll look inside. Players on here. Goes to Davidson. He's going to switch. Gaffney out here all by himself. He'll look to swing on the left. No, goes with the handball. Now the kick goes inside. Good sport from behind. Was it legal? No, it wasn't. So battled very manfully there, James Kennedy in the back line.
It's been good actually, I reckon, Kennedy. He's been one of their best down there.
Does like to switch, does go across to Scanlon. Scanlon goes very deep and wide. That's kept in. They've got the ball out towards the outside of the forward 50, their back 50. Now to go down the line towards centre wing. Big pack forming here. Can't quite take it there, Max Alfred. Numbers again at the back. Oh, good pressure applied, but Gaffney overruns the ball. Now there's an opportunity. They've got a player inside forward 50. They've just got to be able to find. Oh no, what's happened? Umpire's called a throw.
Just needed a quick kick forward then. I'm not sure if the player saw he had the teammate free inside 50.
Yeah, Spencer had about 15 metres all by himself there. Everyone else was forward of where he was, but they weren't able to get the ball to him. Kick down the line by Hawkins. Ball off hands. Pack forming now, has spilled out. No, now it's dragged back in. Umpire circling here. He's got to play holding the ball. And
umpires love to crouch on those ones, don't they, Vince? You can just see it.
You can just see when it's going to happen.
Bit of me time.
Good kick, good mark. Kennedy again. Been like a rock back there. If not for him, they'd be much further behind. Oh, bad bounce there. Favours Wiestra. Handball out here, Gray. Sam Gray. Dodges 1, dodges 2. Oh, messes up the kick. Now there's a chance again for Iggy's. Ferrari's got it. Goes there to Spencer. Spencer goes back with the handball. McCarthy. Now the kick inside 450. Outnumbered 2-1. Does well to crash the pack there. Brandon Lord comes up with it as well, but misses the handball. Bit of aerial ping pong at the moment. Spencer gets the handball out, misses again. Now it's out wide. First one there'll be Wiestra. What will he do? Just goes inside with the handball. Gaffney with the handball. Davison with the handball. Now they'll kick out wide. Bit of space out there for Greig. Bouncing. Is he going to keep it in? Just gets his hands on it as he was getting closed in by Nader there. And so best option is for the umpire to throw it in.
Great crash of the pack then by the full forward for Old Iggy's, but no support at ground level to gather the crumb.
Tap down. Oh, excellent tackle applied. That must be holding the ball. Fantastic tackle there by Austin Murdoch. Good tap down it was by Alfred. Austin Murdoch absolutely
That was a rugby tackle, Vince.
Absolutely
That was,
took
strong
Shannon
stuff.
Jenner there.
Play on.
Ball given the ball off. Long kick forward, but it's going to be just offline. That's their first score. 24 minutes in, their first score is a behind.
They've created a few turnovers in the last couple of minutes, Old Eagles, but they just haven't been able to punch them on the other way.
Quickly out it comes to half-back. Good mark taken there by Pasaniti. Just goes inside, a little bit dangerous, but it comes off. Pressure was applied there by Scanlon. Just Weistra getting up a little bit proppy. Sees good kick in the middle, spots someone up. Well done by Davison to make the space. Oh, his handball's a bit errant. Going to get out of it. He's buttering up here again, Davison. Ball pops out. There's a quick kick out to the wing, and gee, luck's a fortune, and Ben Gould's got the ball.
I reckon he saw in there, Vince. That was great play out of the congestion.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, that kick's gone 3 metres. Doesn't even get to Sam Gray. He's under pressure. Does well to shepherd off. Gaffney with the short kick. Davison once again. Looking out wide. Got a couple of options. Now comes inside with the handball. Jack Gaffney's got it. One bounce. Going to go for the second. No. Decides to handball off. And there's going to be kick inside forward 50. 3-on-1. Oh, they almost spoiled each other. Max Alfred managed to get his hands just out the way. And 25 metre applied there against Heffernan for the push-off after the mark was taken. Oh, the kick there, short kick there to Sam Boots has missed him now. Again, numbers around for Port Districts. And the kick's back inside forward 50 at the back there. Tom Gray, a little bit of a shove out. Umpire's not going to see it from his position. Plays on, kicks around the body. And that is number 5 for Tom Gray. Right on the siren. Tom Gray kicks his 5th. 26 minutes in, and that has been an absolutely dominant quarter for Port Districts. 1, 2, 3, 4 goals, 6-1 behind. We doubled the lead in the first quarter, and we have doubled the lead between the first and the second quarter, and between the second and the third quarter it has doubled again, which spells danger for Old Ignatians. It's now blown out from 27 to 56 points.
Again, 18 entries for Port Districts that quarter. I thought Old Iggy's back 6 are doing a very good job, to be honest. They're on their man. Their goals are hard work for Port Districts, despite the volume amount of entries. But they just need to find something at the stoppage. They were really good at the stoppages in the first quarter and a half. I thought Old Iggy's have just fallen away. And I understand their game style. They want to look to come back into the corridor. But I think some of their tall forwards have shown the ability to make a contest forward of the ball, but they just won't go to them. They look to switch the ball. A lot of turnovers. Probably lucky they kicked 4 goals, 6 that quarter, Old Iggy's, to keep the score somewhat respectable here at 3/4 time.
Well, it was all shades of grey in that quarter. 4 goals between Sam and Tom. Sam with 1, Tom with 3, and that has seen this lead blow out to just a shy under 10 goals heading into the last quarter. We'll be back very shortly with the last quarter of this game here from Karen Rolton. So it is 10, and it is 2-3. Thank you. don't think they were. around about a 45-degree angle, and he's dragged that to the near side. Seriously, he's 5. I reckon he's kicked more points. And that's similar last quarter. 3 points to